Good afternoon, Senator.
Senator Francis Halaga, mic, please.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon, testifiers.
Good afternoon, Senator.
Good afternoon, people of the territory. My colleague touched a little bit on fines and fees. How many of those fines that you have levied are currently uncollected? Do you have a total number for those?
What do you mean uncollected?
Like, for example, you could fine someone and they just don't pay. Do you have a listing of people that you have fined or businesses that funding is uncollected?
Chiefs, of my knowledge, no, Senator. Anybody that issued a fine, they come in and pay.
So every single person is up to date?
Yes, because we don't issue much fines. I think that's where the disconnect is.
Explain to me a little bit, because I want to know in regards to, because we hear complaints of businesses not complying with certain things, for example, and then fines are levied. So I just want to know, in regards to any fines that you have issued to any businesses, it's zero, everything is collected no matter what it is.
I'll let Chief Hodge and Chief Titus expound on that a little bit.
Okay.
Chief Hodge?
Yes, yes. These two words of fines and fees been bantering around for quite some time. Not every violation that when we visit a business is a finable offense. For instance, if I find a non-illuminated exit sign, we give that business enough time to correct that situation, and then we go and re-inspect,
sir,
and they pass the.
Could you give me one moment? I fully understand the difference between a fine and a fee. What I'm asking you is, if you happen to issue a fine, everyone has paid. That's what I'm trying to find out. Do you have any outstanding?
No, Senator.
Thank you.
Thus far in the St. Thomas District, every fine that was issued has been paid.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to ask a question. Earlier, we were having a discussion in regards to individuals that the last round of recruits, and there might be a potential issue in regards to what's on their NOPA versus what the application said. Based on the fact that the program was still currently trying to get set up, and even with the merger, et cetera, not being completed, do you think that is a potential, if you happen to have to terminate anyone, to potentially have a doorway for them to challenge this based on what is on their NOPA versus an application for an unfinished process?
I will take that with collective, the AG. I don't think so. You know, I'm trying to hold back from saying certain things, but these individuals, when they came in, they all agreed to go through this program. Now they're calling and texting senators that we are forcing them to do something. You know, I came in here 20 years ago. Back then, we didn't have to become fair. We pick a choice. I went to hazmat. I spent 15 years in hazmat. These young fellows coming in and young ladies coming in want to tell us what they're going to do from what they're not going to do. Not under my shop. I could terminate me. I don't mind, but not under my shop.
Okay.
That's Senator.
I'll hold in my time, because
No, Senator Francis Halaga, you have the floor.
Sorry, Senator.
Go ahead, Senator.
I know that we spoke a little bit earlier about grants and you guys utilizing them, and I applaud you for that. I think a lot more government agencies should really focus on utilizing the federal funding as well.
2 minutes.
I want to ask about, I know you guys had talked about when I took a tour in St. Croix, and we had some here, and we spoke about the projects. I might have missed it, but I want to know, how far along are we with those quickly?
Ms. Clarence?
We are, in regards to the SEALS project, we are currently in the design phase. We've received final drawings and we've been reviewing those internally. So we've been moving forward with that project. For the Henderson project, project, which is for the Frederickson Fire Station. We have two projects. We have a public assistance project and an HMGP. We finalized the HMGP project. It was obligated, but we needed to, it needed to be revised. The amended project has been approved. And so the A&E firm that was working on it previously will resume work on it. And the public assistance project, the scope and cost has been assigned to someone through ODR. So we're also making progress on that. The Cotton Valley Fire Station, as I mentioned earlier, we're going through the dispute resolution process currently because we are seeking a replacement and FEMA has made an initial determination to repair. The Canagata Fire Station, we have 3 projects. We have a PA project for repairs, and we have 2 HMGP projects, one for a safe room and generator that was recently obligated. We hope to have a kickoff meeting with the A&E firm for that one shortly. And for the retrofit, they will be, the firm that was previously working on the project will resume work on it.
Okay, thank you so much. When I was on the tour with you guys had spoken about, you were showing me some critical equipment and various things that were either antiquated or you needed to get different devices to assist with doing your job.
Time.
May I finish my question? What I want to know from you, do you guys have a system in place to decide in regards to critical needs or critical equipment as to how do you prioritize and how do you get funding in regards to get it accomplished?
Good question, Senator. That piece of equipment that I showed you on St. Croix is called a cascade system. It's a system that fills the breathing apparatus for the firefighters to enter building. One of those costs at least $200,000. We have been going after grants to get one for St. Croix and one for St. Thomas. We have one in St. Thomas still working. Okay. We have a mobile. We're trying to get one for St. John that was damaged during the storm. Again, this piece of equipment is very critical, especially on the island of St. John. We need one for St. John right now. That's the only island that do not have a SCBA, a cascade system.
And that's roughly, you said over 200,000 for
we
that?
We could get a smaller one for St. John for about 150,000.
About 150. And quickly, did you incorporate any of these within the budget as a critical need?
No, Senator. We was going to look at the funding that we have in the emergency fund and see if we could have purchased one out of the fund. But again, we had a situation as the truck I showed you on St. Croix, actually the chassis did broke after all.
Okay.
So we took some monies. I took Senator Vela's advice and used some of that monies. Just luckily, Full Brothers had a truck they were just building and another state didn't want it again. Okay. They couldn't pay for it and they gave us an offer of $245,000 a steel for 3,000 gallon tanker for St. Croix.
Okay. Well, that's a good decision on your behalf. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving me the additional time. Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon, testifiers. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good. As I was listening to the testimony, I kept hearing a couple of R's. Run, resign, and relocate. When I speak of that, I kept hearing quit. I was hearing people have relocated to different agencies. I want to know, is something happening within your agency as we're hearing these terms over and over throughout this testimony? And are any of these positions critical positions where they have either quit the agency, relocated, or either resigned?
Barbara Peterson, Assistant Director of ITEMA. Senator Francis Heiliger, I want to offer that we train very good people at ITEMA, and unfortunately, we get poached by a lot of agencies. Okay. I'm just going to own that. We